but I think they have the most tag on pay. Cool. It's best 2 out of 3 falls. I can't remember the last time I've seen a tag team 2 out of 3 falls since like I was a kid. So I thought that was cool.
I don't have an answer for this one.
I agree with Damian. Definitely the Usos going to retain.
All right, then we have the two. Well, there's a cruiserweight tag match. It's whatever. All right, then we have our 2 world title matches. We've got AJ Styles in a handicap match versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I see AJ Styles retaining.
Yeah, so do I. I don't know how they're going to do a co-champion thing with Owens and Sami.
And also with the potential talks of what they're building AJ to. AJ's is their guy. They've been plastering it all over the site, and nobody's had the solid 2 years in a company that AJ has had, like since his debut. Like nobody's had a debut like that. I mean, and again, he shut Vince down. Vince didn't see what the big deal about it, and he shut Vince. And Vince was like, "All right, he's everything they said he was and more." The greatest compliment that AJ got in the last few months was literally from Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman went on record and said, he is this age's Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Bret Hart, but he took the in-ring ability to the next level. So he said he is that guy now. Like, he's the guy you can put anybody in the ring with, and if you have a bad match with AJ Styles, he's not the problem. You are. Yeah. Because they said he's that modern day. He is the guy that you want to be in the ring with. I mean, Brock Lesnar has had some entertaining matches over the last. He had a great. It was short, but it was entertaining with Samoa Joe. The one he had with Braun was entertaining. But the best match he had on all of his title defenses was AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Like that match was great. They told a great story and everything like that. And again, look who he's in the ring with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I see AJ. I see them keeping the strap on AJ.
Yeah,
at least till Mania.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mainly because you can see they have other things in store for these two.
Yeah. And then, of course, we have the Universal title match.
That's obvious.
Now, obviously, everybody's pointing at Brock. But the funny thing is now, backstage rumblings is they want Braun. People are like, let's put it on Braun. But apparently Vince is still gung-ho on that Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar 2 match for WrestleMania. And which is obviously, but to keep him strong, that's why we've made it a 3-way dance, so both guys can stay looking strong. So, obviously, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
All right.
That way he can, do his match and, show up on Raw and not actually have a match and have another guy speak for him because he doesn't speak either, and then defend the title God knows when again because, that's what he does, and everybody loves that, but when somebody else does it, oh!
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
All right, so.
I'm going to grab a water.
Grab a water before we get into the meat plans. Well, in terms of plans also for Braun Strowman, because some people they need to get that belt on Braun. Well, The Miz, the other reason why The Miz got the belt back was, one, it wasn't a punishment for Roman Reigns or anything like that. It's
for the title. Yeah.
They wanted to free him up, but also like AJ, they've been really happy with The Miz and The Miz performance. Yeah. They said the last couple of years he's become really the guy that they can rely on to get anybody over. He's really re-elevated that Intercontinental belt is now synonymous with him, and it's been a long time since anybody has been like that. Cody Rhodes wanted to do that. He didn't get the chance to do that. Like, the last people that were synonymous with, like, Intercontinental titles, Randy Savage. Randy Savage made that belt.
Yep.
Honky Tonk Man, as much as he made that belt. Mr. Perfect made that belt. So now, and it was years where the Intercontinental belt was everybody's favorite title, but then it just fell to the wayside for the longest time. And The Miz really brought that standard back up, and they're really high on him. So he's in line for basically a big, huge monster push now, all the way till Mania.
Poor guy.
And supposedly his matchup for Mania is, of course, going to be Braun Strowman.
Ooh.
I don't like that. But
poor guy.
But
no, for
Miss
different reasons.
Miss Foxy tagged a good reason for that as well now, that in addition to...
Well, yeah, Miz and Maurice's baby is due, 2 days before WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like...
He could drop the belt and then take his time off.
Exactly. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Santana, Bret Hart, yes. They made that belt. It's absolutely... All right, so So now dealing with the men's Royal Rumble. Now we can't negate the fact that it is in Philly, so there are bound to be a couple of hardcore surprises in there. Anybody got any predictions for the potential surprises this year that'll be there? It is Philly. I'm Tommy Dreamer. I'm thinking Tommy Dreamer will probably make an appearance.
Dudley Boys, since they were on Raw. Yeah.
See, Bubba's questionable because supposedly Bubba can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, but he had like a couple matches at Ring of Honor recently. Even
No,
though he retired.
No, there's a reason why he retired.
Yeah, he had a concussion. Yeah.
Yeah, like he got hit like right in the face with the corner of a table, and that pretty much was like, you're done.
But he still had a match recently, so he's still.
It's possible. I guess it's possible. The one thing I did like, which I actually do, this is a personal hope. They had the NXT people predict winners for NXT for Royal Rumble, and once he was like, I heard Steve Corino's taking it all. For Steve Corino is a trainer for NXT, and of course, obviously, an old friend and mentor and everything like that. I will absolutely lose it if Steve Corino comes out for the Rumble, because it's the right town. It's Philly, so of course they will pop for him and everything like that. I would love to see Corino come out for the Royal Rumble. Like, come on now, got to see Corino do it, just once. I'd love it. How about you, Ms. Foxy? Any surprise predictions? Who do you predict surprise?
That's actually just really hard to say. I mean,
they have so many people they could delve into.
Not only that, but Seth and I were talking about this in the car the other day, and I honestly don't think there are gonna be any surprises in the men's Royal Rumble simply because of how many open spots and surprises there are for the women's Royal Rumble. I think that might be just shooting their load way too much if they went and did it with the men's.
Really?
Yeah.
But as they're promoting it, there are not many men listed for the Rumble, so there are empty spots.
Which at this point might be just NXT guys. I mean, last year there weren't any surprises either.
Not many, true. Yeah.
There weren't any at all.
There weren't any. Yeah, no, I think there wasn't any. There wasn't one surprise last year.
Yeah.
Now, some people might be saying, "Oh, well, possibly Roman Reigns." Roman Reigns, it's apparently Vince. The one thing, even though Vince is doing, Brock and Roman at Mania, he doesn't want Roman to take Rumble because they pretty much learned their lesson the last time they tried to put him over in Philly, and that did not go very well.
Yeah, but are you sure this is Vince we're talking to? He doesn't care.
No, the thing is, they don't want another incident like that, so he will have Roman get his spot at Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
I know like that. Now, there's been some interesting toss-up potential winners. Now, before I get into my prediction, which I think should be the best possibility, the one that has me the most interested, that started kind of like as a fan joke that now may have some ability to it, is Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I've heard that rumor. That's right.
Supposedly Daniel Bryan. Now, Daniel Bryan, of course, has not been medically cleared and everything like that.
No,
and they've stated they will not. Huh?
They said he's cleared.
No, he's not medically cleared to be active in the ring. They did offer him a main eventer's contract to stay on board. And he refused it because he wants to be an in-ring competitor and they won't allow it. So he turned down a lot of money. He turned down a main eventer's contract because he wants to be an in-ring competitor. Now, given what they've been doing with him and AJ Styles, and, wow, seems like he's been kind of screwing AJ over, it's like, could he possibly wind up doing that?
That would be a hell of a match if they do that for Mania.
That would be the dumbest fucking thing.
That's the thing. You don't know if it'd be a hell of a match. You don't know how much training he's been able to do or anything.
True.
But it's just like, would people really go for it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Daniel Bryan.
People would go for it.
Mm-hmm.
They would absolutely go for it. Are you kidding? They loved Daniel Bryan when he was working still. They were sad that he was gone. They were happy that he came back. So, they'll fucking eat it up.
Yeah.
But it's not right.
Brad Ryder, we don't want to see... No, don't do that. We don't want to see him die in the ring.
It's not right. I get it. It's a bug. Wrestling is a fucking bug. I fucking get it. But god damn it, let it go. You have a goddamn kid. Let it go.
I don't see Kenny Omega coming for the simple fact that Kenny Omega did, in fact, re-sign an extension with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah. And also, Omega had gone on record, he said he still feels that he has more to offer to New Japan and there's things he hasn't done yet. So whether it takes another 2 or 3 years before he gets to WWE, he's fine with that. It's no big deal, but he wants to finish his goals and what he feels he has to give for New Japan. So I do not see Kenny Omega coming.
Unless it's like a one-deal thing like what Jericho did. He has that second match with Jericho at Mania.
I don't know.
You never know.
No, I just don't see it. Now, I don't see Roman because if it gets, I don't see Roman taking obviously because it gets really fucking ugly if he does. But another potential winner, and I've been seeing little signs that lead me to believe it. You know, getting the front camera shot with Triple H raising your arm, a backstage interview with Shawn Michaels saying you'd be the guy I'd like to wrestle if I was still able to. I think Finn Balor might be the dark horse to finally get it. Vince obviously didn't push him because he felt he was bland or anything like that, but like Triple H has always believed in him. And here's the thing: I was like, oh well, if he goes over and he faces Brock, what about no? Here's the kicker: the rumors are swirling around is that again, the Royal Rumble winner doesn't necessarily mean that's. Remember, you haven't seen it since Batista. Batista had the choice which title he wanted to go for.
Yep.
They haven't done that since then. Just because I won the Royal Rumble doesn't mean I have to go for my brand's world title. I can go for the other one if I want to.
Yep.
So the speculated rumor is Balor goes over surprisingly and then goes after AJ, so that way they can have AJ versus Finn Balor Part 2. But also, even though they had a great match the first time around, but you get AJ versus Finn Balor with 100% healthy and non-jet lagged AJ Styles, and then they put on a WrestleMania quality match, which will probably blow the hell out of the thing. I'm hopeful, but I think Balor might be the one to go over for it. I think Balor, because again, it's just been little, especially after what I saw the 25th with Triple H purposely grabbing Balor and walking him to the front of the camera and raising his arm and everything like that. He specifically made it a point to make Balor the center of attention on that segment at the end of it. I think Balor pulls the surprise.
My two predictions are one, obviously Finn Balor, and or possibly maybe Nakamura.
See, Nakamura may be the other one because again, people do want to see. They've teased AJ and Nakamura a couple times.
Yes.
They've been teasing it since Money in the Bank, and just them two standing there. It was like that Rock Hogan moment where all they did was stand there, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's fucking happening! Holy shit!
Yes.
Here we go!" Like everybody was losing their shit. And they didn't do anything. They just stood there. And they teased it a couple times in little promos, and like he too sweets the belt, and AJ's like, "Yo, man, don't fucking touch the belt. What the fuck?" So that's another possibility too.
Yes.
And because Nakamura, like Finn, to me has not gotten the push he should have been getting and deserves and everything like that. He kind of was brought in and it kind of fell mild and thrown to the wayside. They haven't done anything with him to make him even want to stay at this point. Like, it's like it seems like for him and Balor, it's like, okay, either we have a great WrestleMania match or we're gone. Like seriously. So I agree with either one of those two. I mean, those are two definitely the fan favorites. Those are the two I'm leaning with, but I'm more so towards Balor. And you?
Elias.
I know you would like it to be Elias,
Yes.
but let's face facts here. It's probably not going to be Elias.
Shut up. No, I would personally love either a Balor or a Nakamura to go over.
Yeah, they seem like the only two, like, really... I'm not going to say ready, because they're past ready. They're past ready. Like,
Do.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word.
Yeah.
Do.
Nakamura and Balor are both due for this win. They're due for something big.
Yeah.
They really are. If Balor goes over too, that gives a nice big shot in the arm to SmackDown because they need that. I know the SmackDown ratings have been, like, for a while SmackDown was, like, really, really good and Raw was bleh. And now it seems like SmackDown has been really bleh and Raw's picked up a little bit. So I guess Balor would be a great shot in the arm to SmackDown. And it just seems like Balor would be a better fit for SmackDown.
Well, not only that, I mean, isn't after Royal Rumble, doesn't the drafts happen?
I believe isn't it
After Mania.
After Mania.
After Mania, okay.
Because everything they focus on all that after Mania.
Okay.
So and I know here's the other thing too that bleeds into this because they talked about it right before the last draft is Vince is again unquestionably is super high on AJ Styles. And since the last draft has wanted to push AJ Styles back over to Raw because he feels he's a, in Vince's head, Raw is still the, as they say, flagship show. That's where the main guys are. That's where your Roman Reigns is and all, which is a shame because you downplay your SmackDown And they use that as a great angle for Survivor Series, where like we're not the fucking B team. We're we're equal, if not the team.